A pager message and the volunteer members of the lifeboat crew rush to the shed and get ready for action. In this exercise they're going out in the inshore lifeboat, the smaller of the two based here at Broughty Ferry. Last year this was one of the busiest lifeboat stations in Scotland, with 66 launches and rescuing 36 people. And the picture all over Scotland is the same. More and more launches and more rescues.
The increase is coming mostly from leisure, but we still have the if you like, the core business in a way of commercial craft, light fishing vessels. So on just this year we were out ourselves here to a fishing boat around in St Andrews Bay, which was very, very close to the rocks when we got to it.
Apart from the cox and the mechanic, all the crew here are volunteers. It means not only being on call, but giving up a lot of their free time for training.
We've got policemen, firemen, guys that work in shops, joiners, and it's great that they have that commitment to come to the boat and give up their spare time and time away from their families and willing to put potentially their lives on the line.
Many people regard the RNLI as another emergency service, but this is one with no state funding, relying entirely on donations. And running the operation doesn't come cheap. £119 million a year, that's £325,000 every day.
Desperate measures for a pretty desperate situation. Gone are the tweeds and camouflage normally associated with deer stalking. Gone is the long walk in or even longish drive in all-terrain vehicles. This isn't about sport, but a professional deer cull run by 3 estates who say they can't cope on their own. It's being overseen by the Deer Commission, who provide the money and the extra manpower.
The density of deer in this area is exceptional. It's about the highest in Scotland. The deer density is causing damage to agriculture on the low ground and to natural heritage issues, a site of European importance, on the higher ground. And to that extent, the deer numbers need to come down to prevent that damage.
It soon becomes clear from the air that the eastern Cairngorms are overrun by red deer, 11,000 at the last count. It's against the law to stalk by helicopter, so we head to where the action is. A moment of drama up here in the mountains. A herd of deer have been spotted on the hillside behind me, but the stalkers are in the wrong place, so the helicopter's gone to pick them up. The stalkers are rapidly repositioned. They want to be... Time to leave the drawing board and get down to business. Or should that read up? The international team are here to inspect the most inaccessible parts of the suspension cables. With the weather closing in, they achieved a partial cable walk, long enough to see just how tough the project may be. 150 metres above sea level, you begin to appreciate the scale of this project. There's 1.25 miles in each of the cables, and if the bid to stop them rotting is going to succeed, every single bit of them must be made watertight. The aim is to dry out the cables, but that's not as easy as it might sound.
The main technical challenge is to try and stop the dry air that you're pumping in leaking out of the cable. And to do that, we're planning to wrap the entire length of the cable with a special rubber material that will seal in the dry air and keep everything in place.
The aim is to try and stop corrosion in the main cables of Forth Road Bridge, and dehumidification is the solution that we think will enable us to do that. The end result is that we hope to stabilise the corrosion so that we can continue to operate the bridge at its current safety factors.
The Bridge Authority are cautiously optimistic the project will succeed. If it doesn't, they may have to ban lorries in 7 or 8 years' time.